Hello, happy Tuesday to you. What's up? It's Frank Williams Jr., and I'm live at Music Town. It's time for the Homegrown Happy Hour, and my guest today made the drive from Lake Orion. It's Sarah Faith.
What's up? I'm good. How are you?
You missed all that good old traffic from 696 to 75.
Yeah, I came from the north, came from the good side.
She's from the north.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming on. It's about time.
Thanks for having me.
So here we go. We got
amped.
3 songs that I'm going to be racking your brain over tonight. Or
Bring
today,
it.
this afternoon.
Bring it.
Which is kind of bummed. There's no Tiger game. There's like nothing going on. It's weird.
it's
There's usually
kinda-
like traffic. It's like
you know,
weird. There's nothing going on
It was
outside.
like sunny when I was
That's
driving
half
here,
the
but
fun
now
of
it's
watching
kinda
this video.
cloudy.
Is like watching these videos and seeing the people walk outside or
Yeah,
whatever's
no,
going on.
There's a guy below us painting the doors of Hockey Town, so that's cool.
He got mad because I was trying to open the other door and it was locked. Like, the
He's
other
like,
door's open.
"Go
I'm
to
like,
the
I'm sorry,
front."
dude.
I'm like,
Sorry,
okay.
dude. Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
So, but you have a guitar, and every time I've ever seen you play before, you were just singing. You never had your guitar.
Yeah, well, it's surprise.
Hey!
This is my guitar.
long
Its
you-
name is Sophie.
How long you been playing guitar?
About 2.5 years.
How long you been playing music altogether? How long you been in the music game?
Music game, gosh, I mean, ever since I could talk, I was singing. So, and like going like through middle school and high school, I was always in choir. I was doing all these different choir things. Dad was driving me all around to different honors choirs. And I actually had an electric guitar when I was younger. When I was like 14, he bought me a guitar. And I knew enough to be dangerous. I was teaching myself like plain old chords and playing really easy songs. But, I finally decided that I wanted to kind of take it seriously. So
Is guitar all you play outside of singing?
it's all I play. Boring
Okay.
old guitar.
See, I heard of people that play piano.
Yeah, no,
can
I
do
play
anything else.
I
As
play
soon
a
as-
little bit of piano, but again, it's just enough to be dangerous. It's like self-taught stuff, like Mary had just like plunking around. Like I know where the keys are and what they are, and like how to make stuff happen, but it's not like extensive.
So what were some of the artists who were you listening to when you were a kid? When you were 14, what were you listening to?
Well, when I was 14, I was riding around in the car with my dad a lot, and we were listening to a lot of like 90s alternative.
Okay.
So Gin Blossoms, Third Eye Blind, Wallflowers, Nirvana, and like older stuff too. Steve Miller Band, like old school stuff. Styx and Rush were 2 of my favorites.
I've seen Styx live. That was an awesome show.
Yeah, well, I saw them with Foreigner, I think, a couple years ago.
Yep.
And it was a sick show.
Yep.
It was at DTE, whether it was called Pine Knob then or not, I don't remember.
It was maybe more than a couple years ago. I think they played with Foreigner a couple years ago, but the show that I saw was with Foreigner as well.
Yeah.
It was maybe 8-9 years ago though.
That might have been the one, actually, because I think I was still in high school. I went with a couple of my high school friends.
Maybe.
And I remember they were playing like the keyboard backwards,
Yeah.
and playing the guitar backwards.
And he had like
and
I Am the Walrus, and it blew my mind. It was like,
I was like, this is what my dad was talking about. This is the thing dreams are made of.
but
Like,
you would consider yourself country.
country-ish, yeah.
Ish.
I think that with all my other influences, I read up on like the Americana genre, and I kind of feel like that's where I fit. It's kind of folky, kind of bluesy, kind of soul,
Okay.
kind of this, kind of that.
Well, I guess we're gonna find
Kinda
out.
whatever.
We'll find out. The audience can decide what you
Yeah,
are.
you can decide. Yeah.
Well, Sarah, you ready to do one for us?
Yeah, let's do it.
Is this a tribute to your mama? It's called Song for Mama.
It is. So my mom actually passed away a couple years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And she and I did not have a great relationship. But I feel almost like now that she's been gone, I've been able to not focus on the negative part of our relationship and kind of focus on the positive things that she did for me.
Crazy how that works.
Yeah, she made me a tough girl, man. And for better, for worse, I mean, so there's a couple songs that I've written that kind of pay a little bit tribute to her, but this is the one that kind of pays the most.
Okay.
So,
This is Song for
It's
Mama.
called Song to Mama or For Mama. I don't know what the word is in
Song to
between,
Mama,
but
for Mama.
here it goes. This is a song for my mama. I wish she was here today. If you knew my mama, you'd see why I feel this way. And I try not to think about the times Mama broke my heart. The bottle sure had a lot to say, left me with these scars. my mama. I wish she was here today. The story of my life, the story of the story of the story of my life. It's dark, we focus on the light. The story of the story of the story of my life. The story of my life. This is a song for my daddy. He made me who I am today. If you knew my daddy, you'd see why I feel this way. We try hard to smile about the times Mama broke my heart. She's the other half of me and half the way, and I made it half this far. This is a song for my daddy. He made me who I am today. Oh, the story of my life, the story of the story of the story of my life. It's dark, we focus on the light. The story of the story of the story of my life. The story of my life. This is a song for my mama. Wish she was here today. If you knew my mama, you'd see why I feel this way.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That was great.
Thank you so much.
Usually the last few weeks we've had Spencer and Joe, and I think they're here today. And
I can see them.
They're here because they already told me last night they weren't making it because it's 75. See, us on the east
Hey
side.
Spencer, hey Joe, what's
Hey,
up?
they're here. They're watching. We know they're watching, so shout out to you guys. That
Yeah.
song was awesome.
Thank
Your
you.
shoes are awesome too.
Thanks, man.
They're kind of distracting.
Well, honestly, besides being like the loudest, most crazy things that I own, like they're the most comfortable things on the planet. They're Doc Martens with a boatload of glitter. So I'm into them. They're my favorite.
Is there a story behind the guitar too? I noticed it's a Fender. It's really nice.
It's a Fender. It's a short story. I wanted an acoustic guitar that had a pickup and a tuner. I walked in and I saw the wood pattern on the front of this thing.
Catches your eye.
I've never seen anything like it,
Yeah.
and I bought it.
That's awesome.
The price was right, the look was right, the sound was right. It's a small body, and I really wanted a small body because I got these baby hands.
Does it have a name?
Sophie.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm glad
So,
I asked.
yeah,
I was
its
surprised you had an
name is
answer for that.
Sophie. Yeah. Don't be surprised. We're just all
Some
us
people
musicians are
do.
whack
Some people are like,
jobs.
it's just a guitar.
It's just a guitar. Its name is Fender. No, Sophie. Yeah. And I named it because my first guitar, my first acoustic guitar that my husband bought me is Pilot. It's the first one. And this is my sophomore guitar, so its name is Sophie.
Okay.
Really
Do you name everything?
Nerd alert.
Do you have a name for everything?
No, not everything. Not my shoes, not my clothes.
Those are the comfy shoes.
Right?
Just
Comfy, yeah.
Give me those comfy ones.
I think they're called Airwear, so we'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
They named themselves.
So do you have a new album in the works? You said you might have one coming soon.
So, gosh, I have really wanted to record my stuff ever since I've been writing it. I started picking up this guitar. The first thing I started to do was writing music. So, but I mean, if I I have to determine which songs are like worth recording because I need to be humble. All the songs that I write aren't gold, even though I wish they were. And if I recorded all the songs that I wrote, I would just run out of money.
Fair enough.
So
right?
I need to be smart about this and methodical. So we actually just moved to Nashville like a few weeks ago. So
Like moved.
yeah, we like move. We like
Y'all are doing it. Y'all are leaving.
We're fast.
Everyone is saying the
We're
same thing. I'm
fast.
out. We're going
Well,
to Nashville. I'm
it's
there. I
not
live there now.
It's not that you stink, Frank. I'm sure you
It's not
showered
me.
today.
No, y'all come back to be on the show. I know it ain't me.
No, and we'd come back again. Yeah, so I want to focus on like writing and kind of honing in on what are my like songs that are really worth the investment. So that when I do it right the first time. So there is an album that will happen, but we're going to write for a while and just make sure we're writing the right stuff, recording the right stuff, focusing on the right stuff.
How many songs would you say you have already ready to go?
I
like
have
absolutely are going to be on.
Like if I did an album today, I would probably put like 7 or 8 on the album.
Okay, that's good.
And now in the next few months, some of them might go, some of them might stay, some might cement themselves and really make a place on the album. But it's kind of crazy to talk about an album. It's cool.
It's cool, though.
Thanks for asking the question.
What's the criteria to picking the songs? Like, is it something that's meaningful to you, or is it something that you like, that you wrote, that you're like, I like this? What do you guys think? And
I think it's a combination. For me, as an artist, I have a goal to really stay true to myself. I know that there are people that want to write songs for radio, and I get that. That's totally cool, and it would be awesome if my stuff was on the radio, but also I want to make sure that I'm writing things that really hit me hard. Like Song for Mama, I'll be honest, I have a hard time getting through that one without crying because it means a lot to me.
Sure.
And I think that that's going to be the best thing for me as an artist is just making sure that I'm really true to me, because then people are going to get a really raw
you feel that.
Sarah Faith.
Yeah,
and
you can hear that.
Like that's what I want. I just want to be me, and I want that to be okay, you know?
Do you think this album will be done by the end of the year?
End of the year? We're already halfway through the year. We're more than halfway.
We have a few more months.
It won't. It'll be a 2020 thing.
Okay.
For sure.
I like that. It's kind of crazy. It's already
2020.
It's nuts.
I know.
Do you remember where you were in the year 2000? I was in 7th grade.
I was. I do remember.
Yeah?
I do remember. So in the year 2000, I was still living with my mom, and we were at one of her friend's house, and I remember there was a wall that was stacked to the ceiling with water because we were convinced the world was going to end.
Yep. My mom had her little atomic shelter in the basement.
We had all the food, we had all the water, and we were like in the house. And then when the ball dropped, we did this kind of like, we like looked around.
Yep, everything was fine.
Everything was fine. So then we just like carried on.
I remember how many people were. So many people did that because the closer you got to the 2000, you'd go to the store, and I remember it would nothing be on the shelves.
No,
everyone would take the jugs of water. They were all gone.
House. Yeah, it was crazy.
It's like when the hurricanes happened downtown.
Yeah,
down south.
no. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. What did we expect? Like, did we expect the world to just shake and burn and die? Like,
all the computers were going to shut off because they didn't know when it went back to 0-0. They didn't know what to do. They would just shut down and crash, and everyone was worried because everything was so invested. Everyone was just going to lose all their money, all their stuff. I could see it.
We still have money. We still have electricity. We still have breath.
Yeah,
we
still
good.
have it. We still have it.
We're still cooking here.
So all the songs that you're playing today, though, are these probably going to be on this album whenever it comes out?
I hope so. These are 3 that I really like.
Okay.
These are 3 that, and I will say too that like all the stuff that I've written, I haven't co-wrote with anyone yet. I've just written all this on my own, like in my office, in my basement, wherever. So
when you perform live, is it just you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So far, I don't have a band yet. Actually, that's a lie. I did a couple shows in Michigan before I left that I brought Chris Burrows with me,
Okay.
my drummer friend.
So like a 2-piece.
Yeah, and he would play the sampler or he would play drums and I would just play guitar. And in one show, the last show we did, he played drums and guitar at the same time while I sang "Hit Me With Your Best Shot." So sometimes he just plays all the things and I just do nothing.
That's gotta be tough though.
Yeah, no,
it's hard enough to sing and play guitar at the same time.
He made it happen.
Well, this next song is called "Beat the Daylight."
Yeah, it requires a capo. Thanks for reminding me. Boom.
I still have to figure out what I'm supposed to do with that. I bought one. I never really used it for anything.
Well, don't put it on
Everyone
your face.
uses it. I
they
just don't. I'm not
clamp
very good at
hard,
guitar.
man. Don't put on anything that it would hurt because it's not good.
That's good advice.
Yeah. Don't start using this on,
Not a crimper.
No. You don't have any hair anyway, man.
Not yet. It's coming back. It's only a week and a half that I shaved my head bald.
Was there a reason you did that? Because you felt like it?
Yeah, I felt like it.
All right,
I
fair
had
enough.
a Britney Spears moment. What can I say?
Moment of weakness.
No, so funny, long story short, I saw how big the bald spot was getting on the back of my head. So I was like, hey, why not just get rid of all of it, and you
Get
got one
outta
big bald spot, and everything will be fine. That's pretty much how it went
Well,
down.
you have a lot of hair, though, to have a bald spot. Like, when it grows back, I mean, it kind of
You
fills
ready for
in.
this? You can draw a face on this thing.
Can I please?
Yeah, actually,
Before I
after the
leave,
show,
can I-
after the show, there'll be an additional Facebook Live video of you drawing a face on the back of my head, and I can go around saying I have eyes on the back of my head.
Tell your daughter you really do have eyes in the back of your head.
Well, she doesn't listen to me anyways.
Well.
Even if I said that, she's like, oh, whatever. I'm just gonna do it. So this is called Beat the Daylight.
It's called Beat the Daylight, and it's about when you're young and dumb and you're sneaking out of the house with people that you think are going to mean a lot to you and end up meaning nothing to you at all.
Okay.
So it's called Beat the Daylight. We were a whirlwind tailspin, too good to be true, and I was hanging on every single word from you. We were just sneak out of the house and no one would know. It was just you and me underneath that moonlight glow. And we were running red lights, blowing stop signs, laughing all night, trying to beat the daylight, breaking the rules, way past curfew, lost in your baby blues, trying to beat the daylight. Whoa, whoa, hey. We were a whirlwind tailspin, too good to be true, and I was hanging on every single word from you. We were just sneak out of the house and no one would know. It was just you and me underneath that moonlight glow. And we were running red lights, blowing stop signs, laughing all night, trying to beat the daylight, breaking the rules, way past curfew, lost in your baby blues, trying to beat the daylight. Whoa, whoa, hey, hey, whoa, whoa, hey. And I was just a small town girl living in a lonely world. I took the midnight train going anywhere, and he was just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere, and we were running red lights, blowing stop signs, laughing all night, trying to beat the daylight, paying no mind, lost track of time, top down and hands high. Oh, oh, running red lights, blowing stop signs, breaking the rules, and we were way past curfew, yeah. Whoa, whoa, hey, hey, whoa, whoa, hey.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
That was fun.
Thanks.
How long does it take you to write a song like that?
Oh, that one, I actually woke up in the middle of the night at like 12:30 and it had to come out. So that one took probably 15, 20 minutes. And
Okay.
actually, oddly enough, in my songbook, it's floating around here somewhere. It's the first one in the book. So it's like one of the first ones I ever wrote. So
That's crazy.
yeah, and I just kind of hung on to it and I keep tweaking it. And then I was taking a shower one day and I was like, I think it's the same chord progression as Journey. Let's mix that in there. So it's like it's an evolving species.
So if it's the first song you wrote, so you would say you wrote that, what, 2 years ago?
I'd say so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the first one in the book.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. So if I want to see you live, where can I see you coming up?
Live, a lot of my stuff is going to be in Tennessee, so come on down.
I guess that's a reason to go take a vacation.
Yeah, it's warm down there, I will say.
So do you have any plans to come back and do shows ever at some point?
I would like to, yeah. So, I mean, I did a couple festivals this summer. I did the Orchard Lake St. Mary's Polish Festival. I actually did the St. John's Mint Festival on Friday.
Mint Festival?
Mint Festival. They make some killer mint ice cream, although I didn't
like
have
mints.
any. Yeah. No, they had mint everything, I'm sure. So I did the Mint Festival this year. So, I mean, I would come back and do those next summer. I have kind of my sights set on a couple other festivals I'd like to get into. So, yeah.
Okay.
And they happen. I mean, I'm from Michigan, so you could take the girl out of Michigan, but
Right.
you can't take the Michigan out of the girl.
Do you ever get homesick? Do you miss?
I'm homesick for Tennessee right now, oddly enough.
Fair enough.
And I was only there for like 2 weeks, but I'm like, man.
How long? It's only been 2 weeks?
Yeah, we moved August 2nd.
Oh, so you want to get back and start doing stuff at your house.
You
That's why. It's
know,
not so much you miss it.
everything-
You just want to get busy over there and get done.
I don't like chores. Ask my husband.
Who does?
I hate chores.
But that's the fun part about moving out. You get a new place, you get new stuff, you put stuff up,
Yeah.
paint what you want.
It's actually amazing. Like, it's this weird phenomenon where, like, all of our stuff that we had in Michigan, we still have the same stuff. It's just in a new house. It's in a new configuration, but, like, we used to, it's so weird. Like, we used to live there, and now we live there.
And it's like, all right.
And it's like the same couch. I'm sitting watching the same TV on the same couch, but I'm just in a completely different place.
Honey, we're not in Michigan
Yeah,
anymore.
completely. And I can't, like, click my gold
Your
heels.
gold boots.
Be like, go to Michigan.
Yeah, right?
No, it's a long drive, but it's worth it.
Nashville's fun, though, and I like to hear it, because if you watch the show, and I know Ryan and Annie are probably so sick and tired of me saying this about Nashville, but you got to go.
You do.
Gotta
You
go. And I
really
was
do.
telling you before it started, like, more of you are saying that you're actually moving. You're leaving,
Well,
and you're moving.
It was this thing where, like, I went there a couple times and I saw it, and, like, my mom's side of the family is from Tennessee, so it's not like I have an affection for Tennessee out of the blue. Like, I crossed the state border from Kentucky into Tennessee, and I was like, oh, something feels weird. Like,
Right.
I feel like I need to stay here. We don't have time to talk about that
Well,
story.
it's more of like the thing of like you want to be a country musician or you want to be a songwriter and you want to be in the country realm. Like, you don't have to necessarily move there. You at least have to go and check it out
Right.
for an
Well,
extended period.
And you never know who you're going to meet. Like,
That's true.
if you want to, like, songwrite and stuff like that, like, there are just people in rooms down there. Like, you walk into a restaurant and the person's like, oh, I know so-and-so. Or you look
Right.
to your left and you see someone that you've heard on the radio for years. Or, you know, I think my husband played golf with Craig Morgan's neighbor yesterday. I was like, he's like, she wants to introduce you to Craig Morgan. I was like, hang on,
okay, hold
let
on.
me take a shower first.
I quit my job just to have this interview with Craig Morgan.
So, yeah, no, it's crazy. There's just people in rooms, and I want to do it all.
So where's your music at though? Online?
Online, yeah. So a lot of my stuff's on YouTube. If you search Sarah Faith, you'll find me there.
Sarah with an H, right?
Sarah with an H, yeah. And Faith is Faith, not Face. My cousins, when I was younger, used to call me Sarah Face. It's not Sarah Face. It's Sarah Faith.
You could be onto something with that though.
Sarah
It's like
Face.
Sarah Face.
That's my face.
They wouldn't know.
And then my Instagram is SarahFaith_music. I do originals on there, a lot of covers, but I also just do like this is the random crap that I do on a day-to-day basis.
That's awesome.
And Facebook as well. So
I've noticed that that's pretty effective too. Even if you're not even playing music, just having the live going or having a video playing of whatever you're doing,
just
making dinner
any-
or whatever.
you know, any way that you can be like vulnerable and just like put yourself out there, I think people are enjoying that.
Don't you find it tough?
And if
though?
they're not,
Social
I'm
media is
glad
tough.
too many people haven't said, Sarah, why are you doing that? It is tough. It is hard because, like, for me, like, I'm trying not to be shy and sharing my story. Like, my
Right.
mom passed away, and we had a lot of family death lately. And, like, growing up, it was kind of hard because my mom was an alcoholic and, like, just a lot of things that I'm unpacking through music and songwriting. And it's like, I'm trying to be as vulnerable and as real as possible. And that might agree with some people and it might not, but it doesn't do me a service to, like, hold it in. So I'm just kind of letting it out. And people get to see all sides of me. They see the funny, they see the sad. You know, when my mom's birthday rolls around, when Mother's Day rolls around, like, all that stuff is, like, hard for me. And I'm not going to act like it's not. So
That's the way. I mean, like, you know, it sounds kind of weird to say, but that's the way it should be because that's why you do it.
Yeah, I mean, my Instagram feed's definitely not designed to be butterflies and rainbows.
Right, you know, and it's part of your music, it's part of your songwriting, it's part of your story, and I mean, why not? You want fans to be interactive with you. You gotta share that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
No matter who you are, and it might be tough, but
yeah, I mean, I do have a lot of energy, and I'm generally happy, but I do get mad. Surprise! So yeah, it's just like, you know, you'll see everything.
Well, hopefully, I never see that side of you. You always have just been nothing but happy.
I try to be as pleasant as possible. Try to keep it together, but keep the energy high, you know, be high vibe.
So I think we need to play one more song to keep your high vibe going.
Yeah,
or else
one
it just
more
kind of like
song.
deteriorates.
Yeah.
And one more song. That means like it's a sad thing though. Because when you do your new album, we'll put you back on the show.
One more song. Yeah, man. I would love to do that.
But this one's called Train to Nowhere.
Train to Nowhere. So I got kind of a chord progression like from a friend of mine. His name's Frank. But he showed me the chord progression, and I literally took the thing and I like swapped it, flipped it, moved it, like did all this kinds of stuff. And then I started writing words to it. And for the longest time, this song had one verse and one chorus, and I just played it on a repeat. And I was like, this song should probably get a second verse one of these days. So I finally wrote one of those, and so now it's one of my favorite songs. And it's about it's kind of about my journey to Nashville and kind of like just kind of jumping in. And I honestly have no idea where the journey's going, but I still want to experience all the things. So it's about kind of when you're jumping into something and you're not quite sure where it's going, but you're like, man, I'm committed. I'm going anyway. So
Okay.
it's Train to Nowhere.
Check this out.
Yeah. Headed to the station with a pocket full of dreams. I don't know my destination, where the train might lead. Like a tumbleweed blowing, just floating on the breeze. I'm headed to the station with a pocket full of dreams. A train to nowhere where you lead. On down the tracks full, head up steam, yeah. Got my ticket and I'm ready to be free. Taking my heart to the heart of Tennessee. It's 6 strings on my back and 2 shoes on my feet. It's 700 miles, train to nowhere, driving me through the mountains and the trees. I follow you. I follow you. Gonna roll along like thunder, gonna fall like summer rain. Like changes in the weather, ain't no 2 days the same. When I close my eyes to sleep at night, I dream about the day that train to nowhere steered me right, took me all the way, yeah. A train to nowhere where you lead. On down the tracks full, head up steam, yeah. Got my ticket and I'm ready to be free. Taking my heart to the heart of Tennessee. It's 6 strings on my back and 2 shoes on my feet. These 700 miles, train to nowhere, driving me through the mountains and the trees. I follow you. Oh yeah. Well, I know this track is winding, ain't no telling where it goes. But I'm chasing this train till the sun sinks low and feel it in my soul. I follow you. I follow you. Oh, I follow you. Oh, I follow you. Oh.
Awesome.
Thanks, Frank.
So before we started this whole interview, I asked you the last question.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's kind of one of those ones where it's silly. You don't have to think too much, but this one you might have to think a little bit.
I'm really thankful that you prepped me for it, though, because I needed a little prep.
But you got the answer now.
I have the answer now.
All right, I'm interested to hear this.
Okay.
So if you were to book a 3-day festival, like a Faster Horses,
Yeah.
who would be your 3 headliners?
3 headliners.
Who would you pick to headline that concert?
With me?
If you want.
No,
of course.
I'll do the warm-up round. I'll be the opener. So I would.
Face-a-palooza.
Sarah Faith-a-palooza. What? Oh, now it has to happen. Okay, so Ashley McBryde for sure.
Oh, okay.
I really dig her vibe, and I really like
Okay.
the kinds of music that she writes and how
She's
it's like
phenomenal.
it's from the heart. I like her style. I like her attitude. I like how she's hilarious. I don't know if you've watched any of the like videos that she does. Like I've seen like her perform in the UK and like all kinds. She's funny.
I remember her from 10 Man Jam like 2 years ago. She blew everybody away.
Yeah, she's
That's all
cool.
everyone talked about after the show was like,
I know.
Ashley McBryde. I never heard of her until
Yeah.
she sang. Oh my God.
She's a pretty badass human. So I like her a lot. Chris Stapleton would be my second.
Okay.
And I guess I don't really have the answer because I only have 2. So I guess my third would be if I'm going to make Ryan come with me, he would probably appreciate it if I had Dave Matthews there. So
That'd be
Dave
interesting.
Matthews.
Stapleton, Ashley McBryde, and
Dave
and
Matthews.
DMB.
Wouldn't that be sweet?
That
So
would be cool.
eclectic.
That'd
So
be
out
cool.
of left field.
That is kind of out of left field.
Yeah.
But I like that. I was like noticing like a powerful voice movement. And then
Yeah.
I like Dave Matthews though. That's cool.
Yeah.
Not what I saw. Not 3 of it. Not, I didn't see
What
any
would
of
you
those
have
coming.
chosen? What would you think that I would have chosen?
I don't have that answer. But not those 3.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't know. I have a very diverse taste in music. So, I mean, and if I had to book openers and stuff like that, I'd be like, all right, where my 90s stuff at? I'd be talking to like Goo Goo Dolls. You want to come out of retirement?
Goo Goo Dolls.
Come sing me a little slide.
Oh, we had that. Oh,
Little Matchbox 20 action.
We had an artist in here one time who looked like the guy from Goo Goo Dolls. He's probably watching right now.
What?
I know his
Wait,
name.
I know who you're
Yeah.
talking about, but I don't know the name either.
I know
and I
his
was like,
name.
he looks like Johnny from the
Hi,
Goo Goo
Mark.
Dolls.
How are you, Mark?
I bet you he's never got that before.
Oh, he's gotten all the time. That was one of the
People never
questions I
tell
asked
me
him.
he
Like,
looks
you've heard
Johnny.
that before.
Yeah,
He's like, yes.
for sure.
I actually
it's the
used to
hair.
make money off of it.
It was the hair,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
He's got the same hairdo.
So in 1 year from now, 2020, August 2020, will this album be out?
August 2020. Gosh, I don't. How long does it take to even make an album? I don't want to. The thing is, I don't want to like rush it and like fly it out of the thing. But
It's different for everybody.
God willing, and it will probably be an EP because I don't want to do like a 10-song thing. I'll probably want to do like a 3 to 5 song thing. Yeah, why not? Let's put it out into the universe and see what happens.
That's my challenge. 1 year.
August 2220. No. August 2020.
My birthday's August
I'll
29th,
be-
so I'll give you till the 29th of next year.
I will
to
send you
complete
an
the
album. It'll be signed because it's going to be before my signature is worth anything.
Okay.
You'll have one
It'll
of
be a
the
birthday
first.
present.
Yeah.
It
Happy
works.
birthday.
It works. That works.
It won't even be in like one of those like rainbow colored jewel cases. It'll
It
be in like a
explodes with
cardboard
glitters and-
thing.
I got a
with my
CD.
face
Oh,
on it.
great. Thanks.
It's like a CDR that I wrote on my own computer. Like,
Well, who did
here,
that?
Frank, I made this for you in GarageBand.
Artists do that. They have their album looks like just a generic Memorex
Like
CD.
a Magnavox or
Right.
whatever it was.
Well, I appreciate you coming in.
Thanks for
I'm glad you
having
didn't have
me.
to deal with that traffic like I did.
Yeah, no, man.
You're sitting here
You were
waiting
late,
patiently. I was late. 'cause
but you made it on time.
They need to figure out 696 and 75 from all of us here at the Homegrown Happy Hour.
Why don't you just get in your flying car?
You-
Get us together.
I don't
I'm
like
just saying.
flying. I'm
just
afraid.
saying.
I'm afraid of flying.
I'm afraid of flying. Okay, then don't.
My guest today has been Sarah Faith. Hopefully she gets that album done soon, and we'll get her back
Yeah.
on the show as soon as she is, or as
Cool.
soon as she gets it done. Shout out to Ryan and Annie holding it down in the fort,
Ryan
watching
and
me
Annie.
get tongue-tied. Shout out to Spencer and Joe who are not here because they didn't even want to deal with 75, and there was a
invisible
smart move
guests.
because it was terrible. But they're here. No, so Joe retired. I don't know where he worked, but he retired,
Okay.
and they made it a point to show up every week. Since he retired.
Okay.
And
Well,
up
now we
until
just
this
have
week,
music stands and mic stands.
I mean, yeah.
And shout out, can I do a personal shout out?
Oh, absolutely.
To my dad. I'm pretty sure my dad's watching.
Oh, yeah.
And he's unfortunately in the hospital right now.
Oh.
So, yeah, shout out to my
Well, that's
dad.
cool. They let him watch it in the hospital
Well,
on your phone.
yeah, he's just chilling.
It's not like a
He was like,
prison.
oh, I don't have to go to work today. I can watch you. I'm
That's
like,
cool.
There's an upside to everything.
And shout out to your husband though too, because he's the one who hit me up asking,
Yeah.
like, kind of like information about the show to get you on. So.
Honestly, he's my husband. He's my roadie. He carries my junk. He books my stuff. He's
your
my
agent.
manager. He does all the things.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can all join you next time you're on the show.
Yeah.
We're live every Tuesday at Music Town Detroit. for the Homegrown Happy Hour. I'm Frank Williams Jr. And if you're local and you want to be on the show, send me some music to my email, frankjrradio@gmail.com. That being said, I'll see y'all next Tuesday.
Bye.